UBS Bank. $3 trillion, that's the size of the trade finance business worldwide in 2014. Sadly, despite such a volume, the process behind trade finance is best described as, I say, archaic. It's very paper-based, and as we've seen in many recent cases, it's also subject to fraud. A lot of people have tried to solve these problems, all have failed. I think with OT Docs, we might just have a chance of solving some of these problems, and that's why I'm excited about working with them. And I'll hand it over now to Roberto, who will try and explain to you just how it works. What's the magic, Roberto?
Hello, thank you, Mikkel, for the nice introduction. My name is Roberto. I'm from Open Trade Documents. In 2014, just through international trade finance scam, a single country has defrauded banks for billions of dollars. You want to guess how many $1 billion being stolen?
Billion.
No, wrong. Almost $10 billion only in 2014. How is this possible? Because in international trade finance, banks pay just when they see paper documents. And if the documents being counterfeit, the bank gets scammed. How Open Trade Docs, we help bank, importer and exporter, shipping company to digitalize documents, verify them, distribute them online in real time, and making sure that it's impossible to duplicate them. We already started a pilot project with DBS Bank, with another big bank, and we'd like to talk with the Singapore government to have our system adopted en masse for everybody here. In Singapore, soon to be 50 years old. Happy birthday, Singapore! We're gonna give you the best present so bank will never be scammed again, and importer and exporter are gonna work with a peace of mind. Come to our booth down the door over there, where the best people is, to see and learn more about Open Trade Documents. Thank you very much.
To impress you all. So 2 months ago I ordered a container full of gadgets to end out here. And after 2 months of waiting, finally I've been told that the container arrived at the port in Singapore. I was very excited. But unfortunately, all the paper to go and collect the container, they didn't arrive. The container arrived first. Even worse, when I went to collect the container, I opened it and it was empty. This was my face when I opened the container. How could I've been defrauded? Somebody stole money to me like stealing candies from a little kid. How did this happen? Because the paperwork in international trade is actually paper. Our documents that are produced on paper and are sent via courier from a country to another. And this caused a lot of delay. Documents go from a bank, from an agency to another part, and this made the process very long. Furthermore, even before the container arrived here in Singapore, the exporter went with his paper document to the bank. The bank checked that the paper document were correct, that the shipment was there, and they matched what I asked, and then paid them. So, if an exporter is not very good person, he loves that the documents are on paper because processors love paper and Photoshop and a good printer, right? Now, jokes aside, how big is this problem? Paper document in international trade finance gives space to human error, opens door to fraud. Frauds done to importer, exporter, and to banks most of all. And then, can you imagine if somebody ordered $100 million of material, and the material gets stuck at the port for 1 month? This is interest in $100 million, so that's a lot of money of interest. The problem is quite big. In 2014, for example, only in China they discovered that through financing in international trade, almost $1 billion being defrauded out of banks. So now the question is, why in 2015 we're still using paper documents to process international trades? Well, the problem is that there is now an IT infrastructure that is being created to be accessible by everybody without disrupting the way people work. And most of all, there is available everywhere. Now, the few that tried, they had a data center, and people need to connect them, trust them with their data from any part of the world. And that's something that is very difficult to achieve. And this was a big problem. Actually, it was, because now there is a very good solution, which is open trade documents. Right? We have taken a new approach to this problem, both technological and how the business is conducted. Our final goal is to dematerialize all the paper in the international trade process, but we're going to go there one step at a time. We cannot pretend to go to people and ask people to throw away the way they work and start using our system. After extensive study, we learned that people choose not to leave their habits. It's very hard to get people to change. People feel confident and comfortable with the way they work. So what we come out is an underlying technology that supports the way people work. People that decide to adopt open trade documents is going to have a means of work to make their experience better, their transaction more safe and secure, but doesn't change the way they work. Later, if they want, they can start replacing the system that they work with open trade docs. Depends, in many countries the law requires document to be in paper, so that cannot be changed. But with open trade docs, we can help to make the experience much better. We offer a decentralized, so without a central server, system, a network, and a protocol that is accessible by everybody in the world. Naturally, use the internet, which is, if there is internet, there is access to open trade docs. Open trade docs is open source, so people can download, check the source code, make sure that it's safe, install it locally. Is it a bank, a port authority? There is no need to trust anybody. It's not like Microsoft Word, Excel, that you need to trust Microsoft, that the code is good. You never know what there is in there. Plus, there is no license fee to pay. Open trade docs can be used without a fixed yearly license fee. There is no per seat fee, per user fee. Open trade docs is paid as you go. People use it and pay for the users they do. How it works. Open trade docs help everybody in the system to verify and certify identities, documents, electronic and paper documents, make sure that there are no duplicates, and enable people to work together into shared folders with all different documents, respecting the privacy to the level of single field in a form. So in a full form, I can share only certain information with another office, ask an approval, that will be put in a digital format in the document. Furthermore, embedded in the system, which is a blockchain system, there is a time stamping. So every action is done at a specific point in time and cannot be cheated. So everything is recorded and can be verified. We are in Singapore. Singapore is one of the most important ports in the world, has all the reason to be the leading country in international trade, and so adopt open trade documents as a system. We are starting a pilot with a large Singaporean bank, which actually is DBS, and possibly with another bank overseas. I wanted to make sure that this happened in Singapore, so I married a Singaporean lady, I had 2 kids with her, so I'm gonna be here in Singapore doing this. This is a guarantee, right? So, as I was explaining before, our monetization system is the same of a company that offers prepaid phones service. People buy credit and they spend credit as they use the system. If if the adopter is a bank and want to enable their client to use the system, they can preload their account, so the user doesn't even know what is happening behind, and the bank can finance the account of the adopter. The founders, we have Stefano, Demi, and myself. We know each other since many years from Bali, Indonesia. We've been working in several projects, IT projects together. We complement each other in a way that is amazing. We're like family. Now, how can you help us? If you are an expert in international trade finance, please come to us. We'd like to talk to you because we like to make acquaintance with people that is experienced in this system. We are more computer technicians. We are getting a co-founder that is a super expert in international trade finance from 2 weeks from now, but we want to connect very well with his work. If you want to invest in a business that's going to be an amazing success, come to talk to us as well. If you are an expert in international trade finance that want also invest in a successful business, we're going to bring you out for dinner. Thank you for your time, and Mikkel, want to add something?
Well, all I wanted to do is summarize and say why would I, as a simple banker's mind, be interested in this. I think you heard all of the explanation already from Roberto, but effectively we're solving two things, right? And the more that signs up to this, the better it gets. One, as companies start to sign up, we see that two contracts cannot be financed by the same person. That's something we've been trying to solve for a very long time. And secondly, the speed of this, the speed at which you can actually get your cargo released at the port is better. And those two reasons, together with the privacy issue that will be resolved, I would say are powerful reasons why we might just have a technology here that is resolving some of the problems we've been trying to resolve for so many years. And that's why I'm interested.
Thank you, Mikkel. Now, question and answer. Before, let me say, if you want to set an appointment to have a demo and have a more detailed pitch about our solution, please do so. We have a nice calendar over there. If you want to have more information via email, drop your business card there or come talk to me. And now, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Sure.
Just give an example of a transaction flow, say in a trade, trade finance, import, export, where
we come along.
Come in and what would it do? Sorry, I didn't quite.
Absolutely, yeah. International trade is quite complex mechanics. Let's say one of the international trade finance system is the letter of credit. The letter of credit is a contract that is irreversible, so once it is done, cannot be called back. It is a sort of escrow service between an exporter and importer. Let's say I want to purchase something from another country. I don't trust this person, so that I send my money to them, and then eventually they ship the merchandise to me, and vice versa. This person doesn't trust me to send their merchandise to me, and I send the money later. So the bank comes in and acts as an escrow on holding the money to guarantee the seller that the money are there, and guarantee me that the condition I ask from the seller are met. Condition can be such as the shipment must be assured in a certain way, so insured in a certain way. It must have, for example, shipped by a certain day, the quality of the material must be of a certain kind, and so on and so forth. This requires pile of documentation. So the Open Trade Docs has an administrative system to create form and flow for any kind of process. So it can be the process between a seller and buyer to agree the condition already digitally signed, or me requesting at the bank to issue a letter of credit for me that is digitally signed as well, as much as I want the packaging list of the container to be certified, because maybe a scammer is going to make a fake one and ship an empty container like the one with the gadget that was for you guys that I didn't receive. In this way, I can empower the person that prepared the packaging list to digitally sign and upload. Let's say even simply take a cell phone and take a picture before giving the packaging list to the exporter. So maybe take a picture of the container when it's open, the container when it's sealed, you put this picture, deliver them to be digitally certified, or can deliver them to the seller, which can forward them to me. We have a very complex management of privacy to make sure that the system cannot be abused to do intelligence or international like spying or in a trading, right? So in this way, the system can be programmed to achieve any part, even if a single part of the full process, which I don't start telling because it's quite complex, of the mechanics of the international trade finance.
Basically, digitize the document, say bill of lading, say I'm exporting them a bill of lading. Instead of going to TVS Bank, present that to the see. I upload it into your system, and DVS, LC confirming that.
Okay, I understand what you're asking. Thank you for being more precise. So there are different ways to use the open trade docs. The document can be fully digital, so it's created by the shipping company, in the case of the bill of lading, already digital. This means that the counterparties have to work with the digital document. If out of the counterparties certain do not, the issuer of the document can still do the paper document normally, and then can just add an equivalent into the system. So those that are in the docs can validate the originality of the bill of lading. It can be counterfeited and I still have the original copy authenticated from the issuer, so I can verify that it's still good or not. So we can approach it with an underlying technology. People keep working the way they're working, we give them support to do it better, or we can elevate it to become fully digital document, so there is no even need of a picture of the paper document because it's created from origin digitally. There are some QR codes that people can use to verify the authenticity of the document when the document is created original. And at the same time, when some document is digitalized and through its process, can be added the link to go and verify the authenticity.
I think it adds to it. One is the first thing, everybody to sign up with exactly the framework as reports. It gives you documents, it's successful out of it. And secondly, from a bank point of view, you can still have our interface with our clients if you want it to be, right? You dig up to this online technology, but we can still have our own interface and you can shop that in the clients we already have. It's quite important for us.
Let's do a quiz. International trade finance. In 2014, a single country has defrauded importers worldwide for how many billion dollars? Yes, ma'am. The right answer is more than 10 billion US dollars. How is this possible, I hear you ask? Simple. Trade payments are released simply presenting paper documents to the bank. Fraudsters love paper documents and Photoshop and a good printer. With open trade documents, we help you, banks, importers, and exporters worldwide, to certify documents, digitalize them, and get them delivered in real time, while making it impossible to duplicate them. We already started a pilot with a leading banks in Asia and are in talks with the government to hopefully get our system mass adopted. Singapore's 50th birthday is now, in 2015, and OT Docs is our present to the amazing country, a powerful fraud prevention tool to ensure all the banks are safe from fraud and importers are not getting scammed ever again. Let's keep Singapore the leader country in the international trade. Support open trade documents and visit our website at otdocs.com.